myself well, just like a brook that runs so deep. I spent my life just being asleep. It takes enlightenism to know that what you learn is toxic. It takes enlightenism to know that you can learn toxicity. Welcome to the Sunday morning broadcast on Spiritual Freedom. I'm Brother Malcolm with Sister Carolyn, and we are here to share some Enlightenism insights with you. You heard Brother Carl Dietrich sing the song, Enlightenism. Sister Carolyn wrote the song, and Brother Carl is singing the song. What is Sunday mornings with Enlightenism? It's a Spiritual Freedom broadcast where we're sharing insights on how to create a powerful mind to discover the greater power within you. This broadcast is to bring about spiritual unity and freedom for those who are seeking a new way to think and live in the 21st century. And we need free minds in the 21st century in order to let go of our dependency on the previous generations for information about who we are and the great power within us. So without any further ado, here's Sister Carolyn. She is an Enlightenism teacher, practitioner, spiritual person, intuitive person with a very powerful mind who's doing the work every day to overcome victimization and powerlessness in her life. And here is Sister Carolyn.
Thank you so much, Brother Malcolm. Thank you. This was new and innovative for us. In doing the broadcast, that's what this is about. A new way to think and live. Sometimes doing things that you've never done in life, that you believe that you don't know how to do. And that's what Enlightenism is about. The books that we've written, explaining to you how to unleash this power that you were born with. And Brother Malcolm and I say all the time that you were born whole, perfect, incomplete, faceless, formless, and colorless, and have everything that you will ever need for the journey. And when we know this, we respond differently to life. We respond differently to those little nuances that come up at the last minute. And then we look around to see how much hurry up we have in us, how much we can get things done the many ways. When you're living on the path of Enlightenism, while you are aware that these things exist, they don't have to exist in you. And when we talk about a new spiritual freedom, we're talking about that power that is in you. It is not outside of you. It is not someone that you ask for outside like we did in the 20th century. And we're taught ways to live in which we didn't participate in our life. Enlightenism is about the subscription that you make to your own life. When you subscribe to a new way to think and live, then there are different questions that come up in your life. As a spiritual practitioner and Enlightenism teacher, it is a goal that I have set for myself in moving forth, not just doing it in a classroom, not just counseling someone as a practitioner, but understanding that this is the life that I live. So I don't have to hurry up and get ready. The only readiness I have to do is maybe taking off my pajamas or a gown to stand in front of you in a dress or some pants. But that is the only getting ready that I do. So I understand getting ready is a physical part, but it's more of a spiritual part of life. When you're in an argument, you don't look for the victim in you. You look for the high ground. You don't look for the critical voice in you. You look to the kindness that you were born with before you learned some of the things that you're participating in your life, and you say you don't want to be that way. Whenever someone comes to me to counsel and to talk about where they are in their living, I am always reminded that you are where you are in your living because you believe that you are. If you are angry most of the time or sad most of the time, it is because that is a platform that you've chosen to stand on. Now, there's nothing wrong or right about it. It's just where you are. And when we make a change in our lives about a new way to think and live, it is not just in the moment that we discovered the sadness or the anger that we've latched onto and decided this is the way that I will run my life. It is about unlearning those patterns, those beliefs that we've gotten into. And so when I talk about and ask, what do you bring to the table? The insight is truly for you to define what you bring to the table. I don't get to define your life for you. You have already defined your life wherever you are in your life, and you are living from that platform, and that is how you are participating. Each Sunday morning, Brother Malcolm and I bring the Enlightenism broadcast. We understand that this is a new way to think and live. And when you come from the wholeness that you were born with, and remember that, then your responses to life are very different. They don't come from a point of anger. They come from the point that you understand where you are living in that moment. Who are you aware of being in that moment? The book Enlightenism raises so many questions of thought for the individual. The book Enlightenism allows you to see yourself. And if you see yourself in a light that you don't want to be, then you have the power within you to change. The questions and the affirmations in living Enlightenism is about what this life is about. When we open with a broadcast, it's about Enlightenism. It is about understanding that you have the power within you to heal your life, and you have the power within you to change your life. And when you trust who you are, when you trust this knowingness that you have, this intuition that comes up, and all too often we want to logically explain why we are the way we are. What is important is not so much the explanation of why you are the way you are, but Enlightenism is about living. It is about being who you are, not justifying who you are, or not giving an excuse for who you are. It is truly about who you are. And those little things that we bring to the table and justify them, to excuse them away so that we don't have to work on them. The reason Enlightenism is so powerful for me is because when we were writing the book, we understood the things that we tried to hide from ourselves, to justify them being there. And when you can justify something being there, then you justify keeping it. If your mother, or say a relative or somebody, was unkind to you, and that person was in your life all the time, and you use the excuse, well, sometimes I'm unkind because this person or my mother or someone who looked over me was unkind, and I don't want to bring that into my life. Then when you know that, you don't have to stand behind that or stand on that platform of being. What I am saying is that you have the power to change that beingness about you. You have the power to understand that society, politics, religion, education, and all of the things in family don't govern your life. When you participate in your life, who are you aware of being? Not why you did what you did, why your awareness is where it is. It truly is about knowing who you are in every moment of your beingness, in every moment of your life. One of the first principles that we have in Enlightenism, and I mentioned this principle last Sunday when we were on the air. The first principle says, I acknowledge that I am responsible for the current conditions in my life. I acknowledge that I am responsible for the current conditions in my life. When that acknowledgement is made to the self, and you practice that awareness until it becomes a part of your beingness, then you understand that you are the one who has the power within to heal your life, and you have the power to change your life. The song that Brother Carl opens up the broadcast with is called Enlightenism. And the lyrics in that song speaks to the depth of victim consciousness that we go through in this process of change. And the process of change is the acknowledgement that you are now participating in your life, that there are no more secrets that you have to run to. There are no more excuses that you have to run to. The song is about unlearning toxicity. It is about learning the steps that we took to get here in victim consciousness. It is about unlearning that path and being on the path of a new way to think and live. This is who we are in all of our beingness, in everything that we say, do, and be. I not only say that I am an Enlightenism teacher and spiritual practitioner, I am that beingness. I am that beingness when things come to me that I don't like and sometimes don't fully understand what is happening. But I also understand that the victim leaves gradually. The victim doesn't say, well, I'm just out of here. It takes practice. It takes the knowing. It takes the trusting of the self. It is about being self-reliant. It is about being what you know to be in your life. When I say I am whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, and colorless, that is my beingness. And when I am in any situation where that is not my beingness, I know that. And I can call forth this power in me. Do I call it up always immediately? Absolutely not. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure out what has happened. The beingness is not gone. The power is not gone. In the moment that I forgot or was not aware, I realized that was the unknowing coming back into my life. Am I angry about it? Absolutely not. Do I understand when it happens? Absolutely, I do. These are just a few of the insights that I bring on this broadcast. It's now time for Brother Malcolm. So now I give you speaker, author, and creator of Enlightenism, Brother Malcolm.
Girl, you hit me so quick.
I know.
Yeah, I was listening to it, enjoying the broadcast, and I forgot about that I needed to come on. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You are quite welcome. You're quite welcome.
Okay. Well, as Sister Carolyn got us going here, folks, today, I'm Brother Malcolm, Powers of the Mind author and spiritual freedom philosopher. This broadcast is about a new way to think and live in the 21st century, creating new ideas. We will be on regularly on this channel. We're on both Spreaker and YouTube. YouTube, you can tune in whenever you like, and you can do the same on Spreaker, but for you want to get the live information on Sundays, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we will be at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On the East Coast, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you can listen anytime, and you can see the work anytime you choose on YouTube. You just have to sign up as a subscriber, become a subscriber to the broadcast, and you get regular notifications as soon as we're on the air. And you can also go and listen on the podcast at Blog Talk Radio for some of the earlier broadcasts. Now, Sunday mornings with Enlightenism is our way of saying to all of you that if you desire to change how you think and live, if you desire to trust yourself, depend on yourself for power and clarity, we are encouraging you to tune into this broadcast. You hear all of the time stories and pleas from individuals that we want unity. Want to bring together the disenfranchised people in this country, both disenfranchised by economics, spirituality, religion, whatever. But you feel left out. You feel left out of the mainstream dream. You may be on not the fringes of society, but nearly on the bottom. And when you're on the bottom or you feel left out, you feel a lack of power. And this broadcast is about creating a powerful mind to lift you up, lift yourself up. You've heard about it, self-help, all of these things. But we're sharing the missing pieces. We're sharing information about how to do it. How to lift yourself up with a powerful mind. by letting go of your dependency on previous generations for power and clarity. Very simple. You do not have to be a victim because you were not born a victim. You were born with power and clarity. But when you are taught human knowledge, meaning things from other people, then that's what you believe in. That's what we all believe in. And we believe that the human knowledge is going to free us from where we are, on the bottom, or feeling like we're on the bottom, or feeling powerless, or victimized. There's no victimization in a powerful mind. See, the victimization is in the mind that believes you are powerless. And then you seek a way to live as a powerless person. This is not about living as a powerless person. This is about living as a powerful person. So everyone you see, when you change your mind, when you change how you think of yourself, then whoever you see this power in them. And that's what the power you talk to. You're not talking to someone as a victim. See, we have been taught to depend upon the past. But at some point, everybody in the past knew what was best for what is happening today. So governments around the world rely on the past. They want to strengthen the past, interpret the past into the present. This is what people were thinking at a certain point in time in the past. So now we want to tell you what they were thinking so that you can stay in line with the foundational beliefs. So someone said, well, let's change everything. Well, you can't change everything because people believe it's working. So people believe victimization is working and that the things are available in society for those who feel powerless is working. There is something available for you to do to keep you within the mindset that you have been taught by others. So there's something for you to do. There's some type of opportunity to live within the toxic mindset that you were born into. So when we think about the past and we think about ourselves living in the present, relying upon the past, then everything in the past is glorified. People are great, knew everything, created wonderful systems. Everything that needed to be said was said. Wow, he said, this is great. So now we want to glorify all of the people in the past. And we forget one thing. They're all dead. They're all dead. And we're alive. And we're in the present moment. And I can share with you some of the things sometimes when you feel inadequate in a situation in the present moment, you want to take these little mind trips, I call them, into the past. So you want to reminisce about the good old days. Things were much better. I hear people saying today, the children, the young people today, they're just out of control. They don't know anything. They were born into a technological world, highly advanced in technology with no feelings, no spiritual or emotional connections to life. And you say, well, this is a new way to think and live. This is what has been created in the world. Technology is what's driving people. Now, is it correct? Not if it's not beneficial to you to depend exclusively on this type of technology if you want to get in contact with the spiritual transformation that's occurring in you. It's not technological. It is working within the mind so that you can understand you're in the present moment. And no matter how many times you try to go back into the past, it's not going to lift you up because the past has too many problems that you cannot solve. Oh, the people were not living no glorified lives in the past. That's what the people in the present, want people to believe. Everything was fine. But it didn't happen that way. See, it didn't happen that way, and it's not happening in your life. You have to live today. And if you're unwilling to let go of previous generations' information, you're fighting to maintain them, then you're fighting to maintain a system of belief, a system of thought that defines you as being powerless. Because all the previous generations were powerless. Basically, we're not powerless. We just believe it about ourselves. So then you hear the cry goes out for unity. There is unity in toxicity and the illusion that we're living in. The unity is that you're all powerless. Everybody's powerless, so you act powerless. And somehow we want to bring all of the people together. Well, what brings people together in clarity and power is consciousness, one that has been cleansed of its dependency on the human knowledge of the past. Then you can bring about a certain uniformity in freedom. You first have to believe it. You first have to believe it, and then it's not about achieving it and succeeding what the people were talking about a couple of decades ago. Achieve it, you can believe it, then you can achieve it. But they didn't define what it is you want to achieve. They were talking about getting into society and a job in some type of position. That's what you're talking about. They weren't talking about spiritual freedom, the extrication of the mind from its dependency on the past to create a new way to think and live. So things that are happening in the world right now are happening because it's rapid change in technology. But it's not rapid change in spirituality. It's still stuck back in the day, before there was electricity, before there was computers, airplanes, all of this. We're stuck back in a past and trying to find our way in the present. Meantime, people in the world today are creating all types of things that the people in the past could not even conceptualize. Who could conceptualize an electric automobile? Who could conceptualize a laptop, computer, or a tablet, or a cellular phone? They could not. So someone had to create it. And if we create a new spiritual awareness of ourselves, about who we are and the power we possess, then it becomes greater than the technological things we see in the world. It's greater than an electric automobile or a computer or a cellular phone or a tablet of some sort of technology. It's greater. The power I am talking about with a powerful mind is going within, not going within a toxic mindset, but creating a new awareness of being of you as an individual, and creating a new awareness of a family unit. We're not stuck in this mindset of the past that somebody made up about what it should be. A man, a woman, 2.5 kids, 2.5 kids. It's not about that. It's about creating a new way so that we reduce all of the infidelities, we reduce all of the turmoil. We create a family environment that promotes harmony, peace, and power. So the children are taught to trust themselves, but also taught beliefs and values that are consistent with freedom. Their own freedom. So that they can take this information and improve upon it. So we're creating a new awareness of being. We're talking about a new generation. That's what I'm talking about. New generation in the mind. Not not in terms of the body. Because you you can be a young person and be totally disconnected from what I'm talking about. Because the mind, your mind is old in the sense of old beliefs and dependency. You're still dependent upon others to create a way for you to think and live. This is a new way to think and live. It's a rebirth in the mind. The power of Enlightenism is available in the world for you today. Dare to become a part of changing your own life. Think of Enlightenism as a new innovation in spirituality. Think of it that way. Something that the world has not seen in the 21st century. Something that is happening now, not in the past. Not in the past. And that the greatness is in the world today in all of us. The greatness is in the world today in all of us. And we don't have to look into back in the past to find this greatness. Sister Carol and I are sharing this information with you to present a new way to think and live in the 21st century. And it is innovative when you're hearing something that is innovative, that does not exist in the world. Then many people pause. And they only become interested when they can see it expressed in other people. Then you say, well, I want to know what it is. That's what this broadcast is about. Expressing Enlightenism in a way that you can understand it. We have books. We have books that you can go on Amazon or wherever they sell books. Enlightenism. I've written about 5 books. Not about 5. I've written 5 books on empowerment and Enlightenism. I've changed my life. I changed my life by searching for ways to change my life. I am not saying I'm a model of anything for anyone to emulate. I am saying that I got off the crowded road to travel within the mind. And when you get off the crowded road and travel within the mind, there are many things you have to leave behind. So become a subscriber of my YouTube channel. Also, become a subscriber of our broadcast on Twitter. Check us out. We are doing the work. Sister Carolyn and I and others. We would like for you to join with us in creating a powerful way to disseminate the information. There's technology in the world. Obviously, people know more about the technology than we do. But what we are talking about is what we know ourselves and what we have discovered, which is spiritual freedom. That's what this message is about. That's what this broadcast is about. And check us out on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 12 p.m. on Spreaker and YouTube.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A new way to think.
A new way to think and live. And we will be off the air until the first Sunday in January. We have some innovative ideas and approaches that we'll bring into the broadcast. And to find out more about it, when you listen to this broadcast, just hit subscribe. Click it.
Yes.
Click it on YouTube. And then you get regular information. And also, go to our website.
Yes.
www.nationalbyesociety.org. And you can leave your name and information there to get on our mailing list. And we will send you out notifications, if you prefer. But have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day with Enlightenism. And I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn.
And have a great day, folks.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next time on Power.